Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that ball right at the base of her sit bone. Remember, that's the top of where your hamstrings are at, and if you put your fingers underneath your bum, literally it's the bones you sit on. And then what she's going to do is she's going to start to literally raise her weight onto the ball. See how her bum is completely off the ground? And what she's doing is she's going left to right. Now right above that sit bone, that's a very crunchy area. A lot of little hot spots. You'll start to feel a little bit of adhesions. You may find that it radiates up into the small of your back. That is not atypical. But what I want you to keep in mind as we start this foam rolling and then into the trigger point of the glutes, what you're trying to do is get those superficial tissues, gluteus maximus and minimus, the two muscles that make up the shape of your butt. We need those to get relaxed so that we can start to get into those deep lateral rotators. So what Michaela is going to continue to do is go left to right. She's going the entire width of her bum. And as we continue to find trigger points, we hang out there for a little bit. But for the time and sake of this video, what I want to do is point out another area. So let's assume you've gone through and you've worked all the way through the glutes. An area that I want you to pay attention to is this is where the head of her femur is. This is where that bone sticks out on the side of your leg. And what I want you to keep in mind is there's a small little piece of tissue known as the TFL, tensor fascia lata. Now I want you to pay attention to this because what happens a lot of times is people will say that they've got ITB issues. If you've heard somebody talk about an ITB issue, what that does is that runs from the lateral side of the knee all the way up the side of the quad, and it'll attach up here at the head of the femur. What I want you to get in the habit of doing is please go a little bit north of that and work on this TFL area. So what we can do is take this ball out, lay it on the side, and have her roll right into it. Now I'm not going to lie to you, it's very, very painful. It's not an area that gets a lot of attention, but we find that this is where a lot of adhesions and a lot of the pain points associated with ITB stem from. Just to remind you, you want to come up the ITB band all the way to the head of the femur and then go just slightly above it. That's where you're going to find the TFL. It's short for tensor fascia lata. It's a very important tissue, very small tissue, but very important. You need to smash that to help get some of the tension out of that ITB band.